Thank you. Joe, do you want to take a minute and just talk about the relationship with CYRISMA and CyFlare and where you see the benefits in the partnership?
Yeah, absolutely. So we got partnered. I want to say about a year ago, and we had done a lot with Tenable. We still do. But really, what's interesting with CYRISMA as a platform is the ability to take multiple functions, right? So vulnerability scanning, sensitive data scanning, and secure configuration management, and put it all into one platform. And what we've done is extend that. So now with the platform integration, now we can take that data. So it's just much more meaningful when we look at data from the SOC perspective. Now we get full context around what's actually happening with that asset. So not just vulnerable, patch it, but also what else is going on it in terms of how is it configured and the sensitive data that might be on it.
Yeah. I think we see a real value in what we're doing from a platform perspective. We probably make up about 8 tools that are in the cybersecurity space. And there's real tool fatigue out there.
Right.
We've got 50 plus probably tools in play in the corporate environment in cybersecurity. And a lot of these single tools have a subscription cost. They have a platform cost. They've got training and they've got implementation concerns. Some they're dealing with dated software, right? And so we're finding a big interest in our MSSP partners that want to try to reduce this from a tool fatigue perspective, to have a single platform that does all the things you're talking about that benefit. And one of the big important things for us is the reporting capabilities. That's when you do this information, your responsibility is to go out and share what you've learned and try to create a better environment from a cyber hygiene perspective. So that has been a huge benefit, and our reporting has been one of it. So versus printing out 8 reports from 8 different tools and trying to consolidate them and put them into one, that's what CYRISMA does, and that's where the real value is. Well, I think some of the other thing, too, we're talking about from a CYRISMA perspective, we're finding out that more and more people need more and more information from a compliance perspective. And so I think from that standpoint, it's not just about vulnerability scanning. And although that seems to be the popular go-to, and where a lot of tools sit and reside, it's really important for us to be able to tell our story that there's so much more information needed from a compliance perspective, right? From a risk regulation perspective, as it lines up to all the compliance requirements. And so that's one of the benefits of working with our platform and not having to utilize multiple tools to try to get information that you can patch together and make work and pass compliance.
Yeah, I think that's what XDR is about, right? So with any platform, the ability to consolidate, which there's massive consolidation needed
Yeah.
at this point in the industry, right? You go to RSA, you go to the conference, you see hundreds of vendors, thousands of products. Who can keep up with that, right? And then how do you actually operationalize that and do something with it? So consolidation of the platform, integrating into an XDR framework, allows us to rapidly tap that information, quickly assess the situation, get the situational awareness, and make really good informed scripted decisions. And you can do that when you get the telemetry from various, I guess the consolidated platform. It makes it easy.
Yeah, and that's the beauty part of XDR. I mean, somebody just mentioned to me earlier that they were over at the RSA conference, and there's 6,600 vendors that are in this space in some form or fashion. So how does anybody, particularly when you're trying to run a business, make a decision?
Right.
So I think the simplicity of what we're offering here collectively and what we offer independently is really a nice set of solutions
Yep.
for those people out looking for a simpler, more affordable, more simplistic way to go about their business.
Yeah, I think there's I don't know, there's probably 17, 18 major categories, right? So with your platform and just XDR collapsing that,
Yeah.
and savings of cost savings, but time savings, complexity savings. That's helpful.
That's the big thing. And the
Yeah.
big challenge we had this conversation earlier, is how do we convince people, prospective partners, to take the time to save time, right?
Right.
And that's what we're all trying to do here. And the simplicity of what we're doing here makes perfect sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.